They can hear me, and they can also hear you.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, folks, to the JAC Show, episode 210. I am the genuinely beautiful and moronic hack.
And I'm your favorite VTuber, Jack.
And today we have a more lax, but yet, what's that phrase? Stream of consciousness. Whatever that means. You ever want? I always wonder where that phrase come from. A stream of consciousness. Let me stream it to you, Jack. Can you stream? Actually, don't stream my mind. Don't do that. You don't want to know what's in there.
I'm streaming his mind.
Get out of my mind.
Here.
Charles, get out of my mind. Hey, get him. I see you in the chat, good sir. Welcome, folks. LJ, he says, "How we gotta baptize the computer? All our computers need to be baptized. Let's be for real here. All of them. Gotta baptize them in water and fire." But welcome, folks, on this very fine Monday. I have a few things I would love to chat about, but before we get to those, I actually want to share real quick something that I accomplished last week, and that I have finally beaten Sonic Frontiers. Not completed. I didn't play the DLC. I didn't go above and beyond, but I beat Sonic Frontiers. I put a post on my X account around that time that I may do a video, but I decided against that because unfortunately, Jack, I have nothing new to add to that game. Pretty much like if you go to a review site or hear anyone talk about the game, everything they point out is pretty accurate. So there's nothing, I can't bring anything new to it in terms like a point in time to put an edited video. All that matters is that I enjoy with it. I hope there's a Sonic Frontiers 2. Actually, if there is one minute, unique take that I have that I saw was a common criticism, that would be that I actually don't mind how empty the world feels. That was a common complaint I've been seeing, only because that's the setting. You're in a ancient abandoned island. They're not supposed to be people there. And technically, if you want to get technical, there are people there, that being the literal ancient aliens, the Coco, or the physical remnants of them. You know, they technically are everywhere in the game, but they're kind of collectible. They're basically the game's Korok seeds, except they have a tragic backstory to them, unlike the Korok seeds. And they're not used as maracas for the big Korok guy. Oh man. So that's the only thing that's the only unique take I get. Otherwise, you know, pretty much the critiques are valid, the praises are valid. I hope to the Sega that they don't try to do something new. It's like, no, you got something good with Sonic Frontiers, refine it and give us Sonic Frontiers of the Kingdom. That's a great pun. That's a great pun. You all know it. I thought of it first. Oh man. So yeah, that's all my two Sonic Frontiers, and I'll be moving on to whatever next gonna play on my spare time. Jack, what have you been doing in your spare time since the last episode? That hasn't been streamed, by the way. Just whatever you're doing on your spare time.
There has not really been that much spare time. It's mostly been college stuff. We're on the last leg of this race. I only have like today and a little bit of tomorrow to finish up what we need to do and then present it for kind of like our practice presentation. And then on Friday I had to do the big presentation to show the the game, whether my own personal opinions on it. Either way, I'm just gonna make it sound as nice as I can.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think that's it.
I have faith that you'll do well. And trust me, as long as you actually put a good speaker in your group, someone who can actually talk to the best, which that might be you, because at this point you should be comfortable with public speaking. You should.
No, I'm not comfortable. No,
says
it's impossible.
Says the VTuber. So I'm confident that you will do well. And also, Johnny, he mentions that the Saint Seiya video has over 300 views. So I'm gonna give claps for myself, and I am thankful for all. Thank you, Jack. And I am thankful that it's right now it has plateaued, so I don't expect it to get any more views significantly. So the Saint Seiya video got a good run. And the whole country of Mexico is now right behind us, right next to Brazil, aka Johnny. There you go. Now we got more Mexicans supporting the channel. Nah, I kid. But it was still fun to see those analytics and go like, oh, I'm not surprised, but also I am kind of surprised since I didn't talk in Spanish, but I did use, as I said, the ending theme song. I did choose the Spanish version on purpose. That was a artistic decision. Ghetto says next is gotta be the El Santo film. No. If you want me to do that, or if I want to do that, I gotta be one of those Patreon people. You know how many El Santo movies are there? People criticize how there's too much comic book movies from just 2 movie studios. That's nothing compared to how many El Santo movies out there, and they put them out like a few a year. All right, a few a year. So that's I'm not until I be one of them Patreon YouTubers or I get sponsor money. Ain't no I'm putting that much effort into something that's going to it's gonna take me 10 years to make, and by that point I don't even know if it was to be doing this YouTube channel by then. Oh man. Speaking of YouTube videos, I actually did see a fun video while at work, because I luckily I'm able to listen to videos while I do my job, which I'm sure many of you do. We are now at a point where we can't do our regular jobs in quiet, or else it just feels kind of weird, especially if you have a very mundane job like I do. Also, hello Virgo, thanks you for coming by, good sir. I actually saw a video that was about bad video games. Now, yeah. So while I can find the actual title in the YouTube channel, Jack, can you share any anecdotes you have with bad games? And when I say bad games, I don't mean games you didn't like. I don't mean games that disappointed you. I mean a game you played and the first thing you thought was, this is a piece of shit. Like bad games. Bad games.
Let's see. If there was one that had me saying that, I feel like there was. Oh, that's right. And okay, I'll give it a small grain of salt. This is like a grain of salt. It is, for me, it's Street Fighter 5. and this is, again, this is nothing to do with like how the state of the game is now.
But when it came out.
But when it came out, and especially when I tried playing it again with HAC here on stream many moons ago. It was, for some reason, it kept saying I needed to update something. No matter how many times it updated, no matter how many times I uninstalled it, reinstalled it, verified the integrity of the files, it just for some reason did not work, and I never got to play Danabiki.
Well, I had to fill in the void and show off Danny Bicky on my end.
Yep.
Yep.
It was terrible. It made me so frustrated. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm never playing this game ever again.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. All right, so I found the video. Jack, I'll share it with you in the sources if you ever want to check it out in your off time because it is a long video. How long, you ask? Slightly over 2 hours. Long video.
Ooh.
Yeah, ja. And I'll show it up here on stream, but the video is called "The Absurd History of Bad Video Games," and luckily, it is more than just a overglorified Wikipedia entry. This video comes from a channel I never heard of, but a channel called. At least here we go. Oh dang. Oh well, people can kind of see it even we're in front of it. It's from a channel called "I Finished the Video Game." It's actually a very recent video. Came out yesterday. The Absurd History of Bad Video Games. I watched the entire thing throughout the day, and I very much enjoyed it. And what it is that the speaker of the channel, he actually gives not just a history of all of these different bad games throughout the years, but he actually goes into details of why certain games get the label of being bad games and whether it was a fair label or what was the development history of certain games and how they ended up the way they are. And he even talks about how there are even some games that go from bad to good thanks to a very dedicated fan modding community, such as the two examples he showed with the Sonic Project 06 fan project, and as one lesser known, an entire fan patch made for the PC version of Daikatana. If you guys know what that game is, I recommend checking it out. It's, it makes for good background stuff, and I do very much enjoy that. Again, it's not just an overglorified Wikipedia entry. The speaker, gives his opinions and thoughts on each of the things that he talks about, and he even brings some new information that I was not aware or took for granted, especially when it comes to a lot of the game consoles of the 90s that are not Nintendo or Sega. Certain video games that I wasn't aware that had potential. One that sticks out to me is when he covered the infamous Superman 64 game, and how there's a little spoiler of how that game was became infamous and awful as in the final product thanks to a lot of corporate meddling from Warner Brothers. And so he gives a lot of that history and analysis for several high profile bad games, quote unquote. So that's just a video I want to highlight and show off to you guys, and hopefully you got make time to watch it because I think it's just a really good video. But on to the first topic. So right as Jack and I were getting ready talking before we hit live, I see you, Chris. Rain of Fire PS2. Well, your first mistake was buying a movie license game. That's not the Lord of the Rings game. That was your first mistake. Anyways, so yes, Jack and I were just catching up, talking before we went live, and he was telling me about his not journey, but him getting into more of collecting Pokemon cards, and showing me some a local collectible store that looks fairly new in our city, or at least is new to me because I haven't heard of it. And that lead me to actually an article that I read this morning. If I'll grab my phone real quick so I can give a source. Unfortunately, I don't have it on here that I can put on stream, but let me get it real quick. There we go. So sometimes I like to read random Google articles that Google shows me, seeing what if it will interest me. Hey, Doctor Crumb, good to see you, good sir. Glad you can stop by. Hope
Howdy, howdy.
uh you're just in time because I'm about to talk about I'm about talking about the collector's market, or something that it did not that was so obvious but never occurred to me when it comes to collecting video games. So I think all of us here have a hobby where we do some sort of collecting to a degree. Jack likes to collect Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards, Pokemon
Yeah,
cards.
I sometimes eat them a little bit.
But
It's good carbs.
you got some good games from those Magic cards.
Yeah, all I know is the Bulbasaur. The bulb of the Bulbasaur has a lot of good carbs in it.
No, no,
Good when you steam it.
no. The and the what's the what's that pig looking
Slowpoke
thing?
tail
No, yeah, that
or Lechonk.
no the pink thing. I forget its
Then
name.
the Slowpoke.
The
Yep.
slowpoke's a good source of good fatty fats. Anyways, bad joke.
Yeah.
Bad joke. But it relates to what I was reading, and it's is an article that's entitled, and this comes from a website called androidauthority.com. Don't know what they are. But the headline caught my attention, and it says, "A chance conversation with the retro game store owner forever changed my views on emulation." Catchy headline, but hey, it got me to read. So I read the article, interested to see what this is, and what it is that the writer of the article, credited to a Nick Fernandez, he was basically sharing sharing an anecdote of how he went to a local game store and he was seeing all these cool games basically from his childhood and enjoying, seeing them live and in person. He then goes to the owner of said excuse me. He then goes to the owner of said store and he asks them, has emulation and has emulation anyway hindered his business? And actually, and by the time I read that point of the article, I was like curious, like, oh, you know what? You know, I'm actually curious about that. And the seller gave us a very surprising answer. So before I continue, Jack, would you like to make an educated guess of what the store owner responded to that question of, has emulation hindered his business of selling uh, retro video games and video game paraphernalia?
My guess is I think no, not really.
And
Let's find out.
what? Well, I want to
Mhm.
hear your reason. What would make you think no?
Uh, I feel like with emulation, well, if you're already emulating, you're not really looking for that market of like buying retro stuff anyways. You're not looking at, so like let's say emulation of like N64 games. You're not really going out of your way to get a CRT modder and then being able to hook up that to your Windows PC and then emulate the game itself. Most people that do purchase retro games are doing it mostly because they like the media that it was already in, and also get again sense of nostalgia and collection.
All right,
That's my guess.
all right. So I'm trying to pull up the article. So here it is. So you guys can see it on your end. So let me switch screens here. Do 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 do. There you go. Like magic. You guys can see it now. So let me actually go to the seller's response in the in the article if I can find it. He the let's see. The store owner says, uh, I'll read from here. While the owner prefers playing on original retro systems, he isn't opposed to emulation. In fact, he thinks it's had a positive impact on retro gaming as a whole, since it's helped people find out about games they otherwise never would have played. Furthermore, he revealed that most of his customers emulate games too, even the ones they buy from him. Most are collectors who buy the games and display them on a shelf. Playing them might damage the cartridge, and emulation brings many other benefits like save states, improved frame rates, etc. So yeah, so Jack, you're pretty much right on the money in that emulation has not affected his business, and that and when reading this, it kind of dawned on me that people who like to that people who like to collect retro games are people who like to collect retro games are doesn't necessarily mean that they emulate it, that they're also ones who do emulate it. There is correlation, but it's not like every collector is emulating it. The collector, what they want is they actually want to they want to have the game to be on display in their home, or to have that feeling of that they own it, they have it, and that's really it. And it's such an obvious thing that I'm like that it never realized to me is like, oh yeah, that would be obvious. That would be obvious of why someone would be willing to pay an exorbitant amount of price for an old game, not because they really want to play it, but because they want to be able to say that they own it, display it, and then if they really want to play it, they pop open their PC, boot up Dolphin, and get to play random GameCube game, and get to play Geist the way it's meant to be played or something. All those Geist fans out there, you know who you are. So, and of course, I can relate to that because it's this very similar situation with comic books. And there are two different types of comic book buyers. There are people who buy comic books to read them, like me. And then there are people who buy comic books solely just to collect them. And it even goes above and beyond to when you get to people who collect them just to get a certain cover. Like, they don't want the original cover, they want a cover that has a illustration from a specific artist, or they want to collect a book from back when they were a kid or when they were younger that it has nostalgic memories for them, or they're on like some journey of I need to collect every issue of this series regardless if you want to read them or not. Because let's say you want to collect every every main title of Batman comic. So like not spin-off, just the main. It says Batman on the cover. And before the New 52 reboot. You know how many comics that's gonna be, Jack?
A lot.
Yes. In fact, I can give you an estimated number. That's gonna be over 600 comics, because those are collecting Batman comics from 1930 to about 2011 before it got rebooted and they restarted the numbering. So imagine want to be one of those people who wants to collect those 600 plus comics and keep it and have it nice in order and all of that. Those are the same exact people who is willing to pay $300 for Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, not because they're a Fire Emblem fan, but because they want to own all the high-profile GameCube games, and that's it. They don't even like RPGs. They don't even like Fire Emblem. As far as they know, Fire Emblem are those weirdos with swords in the Smash Brothers games. Oh man. So reading this, it revealed an obvious thing to me, and of course, I then gives me the thought of regards to a lot of the positives with emulation, and And that's something as a topic we've talked about on and off again throughout the years, from the efficacy of it, the morality of it, the convenience. We talked about at length the pros and cons, and at this point we're kind of
Hmm.
settled on how we really feel about emulation in and of itself. And and for me, one thing that I think I will personally. It's not apply to everyone, but I think I will always personally struggle with. Struggle is a harsh word, but I have no other better way to do it. I don't know other word, or maybe annoyance, because struggling implies some sort of torturous pain, and is not that dramatic. But what annoyance that a thing that I always have when it comes to emulation, or we extend into comic books, like um, uh, digital piracy, is the fact that once you have everything on your fingertips, or you can get it at an instant, all of a sudden, you're left with that choice paralysis. Then all of a sudden, you feel like you then dawns on you that maybe you really don't want to be playing all these old games, or you really don't want to be reading all those old comics, because then it just kind of
Hmm.
feels like a chore. I remember. And sometimes you want to play something, but it's more like a fleeting moment. And I can't tell you how many times, Jack, that I play the original Mario Brothers, because at that specific minute, I was like, I want to play some Mario Brothers. I play it. I never reach the end because I'm not that good at the game, but I have my feel, and then like, all right, I'm done playing, and then I move on. And I can only do that through uh, because the convenience emulation, regardless if it's an official emulation or it's like an emulation that's done through piracy, regardless of whichever one, it makes things so convenient, but also you can have such little commitment to them because there's no monetary value put onto them. And to
Hmm.
me, it's like, well, I didn't spend money on this, so if I want to just play it for a minute and then that's it, I never touch it again, I can do that. Does that make it a good habit? Not necessarily. Uh, but it's a bad habit that you can make, and that's just kind of one of the cons that I try to avoid when it comes to those type of things, whether it's playing games or reading comics. I don't want to just read.
Hmm.
I don't want to read every comic in the world, because guess what? Not every comic in the world is worth reading. Just as not every video game ever made is worth playing. And
Hmm.
our free time, especially as we get older, is becoming more and more limited. And so it makes you, and so you come to a point where all of us have the means to literally play anything we want, or read anything we want, or watch anything we want, regardless if there's it's a subscription service, or you use alternative methods. But you don't have the desire to really get into it unless it's something that truly speaks with you, or if you just want to or focus on the one game or the one book or so forth that you really um, want want to enjoy. So those are just kind of the thoughts that come to my mind in regards to this. What do you think? You usually have a different opinion to me with regards to this stuff. What are your thoughts on the matter?
Uh, I don't know. Like, really, I can agree with you on this one.
Really?
For once, I agree with you. Yeah. For once, I agree with you.
Is that something that you see that you see personally when it comes to the things that you enjoy?
I don't know. I see the things that I enjoy very simplistically. It's not even to a point where I guess it's more of along the lines of like I never really thought about it, to be honest.
That's fair enough. I think that just shows so sometimes I think too much about things. that's also but to your viewpoint, that's also a blessing, because if you're in the mood to just enjoy something, whatever means you do it through, you go, you know what, I want to play this, or I want to stream this, and then you do it, and you don't have to be too deep in thought about that. So I would say you're blessed with the fact that you know what you want, you do it, and once you had your fill, or once you've completed it, you're like, all right, that's done, and now move on to next thing.
That does remind me of how, like, the way you describe it, it basically was exactly like that for the previous week. And when it came to my streaming choice, so I decided to stream Twilight Princess, mostly because I remember enjoying how the game was, the story, the characters, and also because I saw a friend of mine playing, and I think we should probably do this for the JAC Show one day. It'll be an interesting idea. He was playing Ocarina of Time Randomizer, but the way it's set up is it randomizes not just your own gameplay, but your other the other player's gameplay. So you can have two players playing the same game, but let's say I open a chest, it can have an item for you or for me. And so we're basically having to help each other out with getting items to progress and finish up the game.
Oh, that's like, damn, that's an
Yeah.
ambitious fan mod.
It is actually, like, when I was watching it, it was a lot of fun because they would then have to be thinking outside the box. It's like, okay, do you have this gold Skulltula, or like have you been farming for this Skulltulas? Or have you did this glitch to be able to get this extra item to see if maybe you can progress through. It's very interesting.
It will be the unfortunate soul to get uh the spinning item first and be stuck with that for the remainder of the game.
The good thing is that there are some items that of course the people that made the mod, they made sure are hard scripted to stay where they're at. Like, for example, the egg that Malin gives you to wake up her father.
Oh, isn't there also a chicken egg in Twilight Princess?
I think so,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
yes. It's not the cuckoo egg. It's the uku egg. So those weird
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I recently saw it again. And I'm like, ugh.
I forgot those
Why do
existed.
I
The oku.
like? Why did they add nipples to these things? Ugh.
Those are nipples. Those are tassels.
Those are tasks.
Feathery tassels.
You made it even worse.
No, I don't think. Not think of it. Just nah. You know what? Here, cleanse your mind with the seductive bartender lady with what the few Zelda characters with plain old cleavage. Oh, yeah. How is she not one of those in some pervert's mommy compilation?
Probably because Midna's there.
Oh, that's right. They want the shorty. They don't want to go with they don't want to go with the older woman who runs the milk bar.
Nah. See, what happens is if they want the mommy aspect, then they just go for the, like, I got full powered Midna, or like true form Midna, however you want to say it.
Shinmin.
Shin Midna. Ultra Instinct Midna.
Minna -1. Oh man. Any case. That does sound fun if we could do that. Go. Yeah. See, what do you expect?
Midna's 40 pounds of ass.
So I'm just Brazilian. None of us ever seen an original disc. In fairness, Johnny, you live in because of the the fluctuating economic situation of Brazil. You're like all this stuff we're talking about only just applies to Americans. Everyone else outside of America, you do what you have to do. That's basically it. Dr. Cross, I'm just broke to afford 100 but physically from 20, 30 years ago. Well, maybe it's worth it. Don't you want to have? Let's see, what would be worth $100? I got from 20 or 30 years ago. Don't you want to have Super Mario Sunshine? No. No, better. Don't you want to have Crash Bandicoot 3 in pristine condition displayed on your desk? Is that not worth it to you? That value to have the best Crash game in its original case with the original instruction manual on a Lazy Susan on your desk? So everyone who so every time Pixie comes by, she can admire it and be like, "Crow, can I play that game?" You go, "No. If you play it, you'll lose its value." Go play the remake on the PS4, honey. Oh man. Hey case. Oh, I will end off with this. One thing this also may remind me of is the fact that I don't. Dang, I see Chris Ghetto's comments. Oh man. One thing I would also like to add is that when it comes to like streaming shows, I at a certain point I did do the binging stuff right around when streaming stuff was becoming more popular, and I did do that, especially with anime. Good lord, with tons of anime. But then I caught on. I was like, no way, this is not a healthy way to watch stuff. And plus, I don't want to spend 5 hours like sitting down and just watching one show. So that's why. So that's why, like, currently, watching the new Daredevil show, and I'm pretty much watching it when I feel like, all right, I'm ready to watch the next episode, which means that it makes me a terrible YouTuber because I'm not talking about the last episode when the last episode comes up. I'll be talking about the last episode maybe like a week after the show's already over. Oh, I'm right there on the hot topics, Jack. Right there on the hot topics. But that
speaking of hot topics, no, I'm just kidding.
I got this brassiere for myself. It didn't fit, so I returned it for a piercing the veil shirt. No, not piercing the veil. Veil.
The veal, piercing the veal. How would you like it cooked, though?
Medium. That's it. Yeah, I go with medium.
There you go.
Dr. Krause, I thought Hot Topic went out of business. That's where you're wrong, sir. It did went out of business and transmorgified into Spencer's.
Yep. Yeah, Spencer's is now the new Hot Topic, and Hot Topic is the it's gonna be the new Forever 21.
Out with the old one within you. God doesn't know, just a soulless.
Yeah. Yeah, Hot Topic's gonna be the new Forever 21. I bet your ass on that one. Did you know Forever 21 actually just went out of business?
Damn, what happened to all those 21-year-olds? I know what happened. They grew up. I'm so proud of them.
Not enough 21-year-olds to keep it afloat.
I'm so proud of them. Less thoughts in the world.
Well, funny thing is, apparently the reason why people didn't buy there anymore, because I was interested to see what made it fall off, was because of, quote unquote, the clothes there were not cute anymore. They just were not looking cute. They looked like they were lower quality. And when I looked at it, I was like, this looks like something you can get off of Walmart. Then when I looked at
that's the issue right there.
Yeah, and like that was the thing. Like I looked at the before And after whatever changes there was before, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see that being worth that price. And then now I was like, that looks like something I could get from Walmart.
No, you, no, you,
Oh, maybe that's
no, you see,
why.
if you want to get the cube blouse, pro tip, what you gotta do is you gotta drop ship it. You gotta go to your Xi'ans, your Temus, and you gotta get. That's where the women go to shop. All right, that's where they spend. That's where the 21s are old. They're getting all their clothes handcrafted by the Chinese, and then they wear it once and it don't wear it again, and they can afford to because they got it on a super special sale. Well, quote unquote super special sale. Right?
Yeah, but apparently them tariffs are gonna make it go up.
Well, that's why that's why you had to get on it while it's hot, getting those Nintendo Switches. You remember those that ad for the early team ads? They're just advertising like, "Hey, get like a Nintendo Switch for like $1 or something."
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
when I saw those, I'm like, okay, there's something sketchy about this. I mean, that's a steal, but at the same time, like, okay, what does it cost me? And there ain't no way it's gonna be cost $1 for a Nintendo Switch. Oh man. But I guess that is so once again, props to oops, hold on. I closed the scene. Props to that article for just, giving me something to think about in the morning. And just giving me not motivation, but just reminding me it's like, hey, enjoy things at your own pace and enjoy them uh to the fully extent, and don't get that, what's that phrase, that FOMO. Don't get to that FOMO. FOMO will kill you. FOMO will make you broke. FOMO will make you hungry. FOMO will make you homeless, and FOMO will make you sauceless. Don't fall into that. That's our PSA message for today. No FOMOs for the homos.
No FOMOs for that. Damn it. Does that mean that every single time whenever you experience FOMO, wait, no FOMO for the homo. So when you experience FOMO, you're not a homo. But if you don't experience FOMO, you're a homo.
Your words, not mine.
Quickly, are you experiencing any FOMO?
Nope, nope, because I already.
Then you're a homo.
You know what? You know what? I am homo for Fatal Fury. That's what I'm homo for. Which I did not know there was early access, because once I saved enough money, I just like, all right, I bought it early on Steam. I did not know I can actually play it right this second. I had to wait till it actually like came out. But so I need. I'm actually gonna see if I could stream the game on my personal channel, but I know how to. There's like you have to set it up. You have to wait a few days and all of that. If not, then I may or may not stream Fatal Fury on this channel just to show it off and play it and have me some fun. Which means I gotta give Street Fighter 6 a break, because I'm actually been and I'm glad I took a break from Street Fighter 6 just to get back into it and just have some fun. I Nothing too exciting to report on there. I just being like, you know what? I need something fundamental. I need something to get back in the groove. Ryu, let's go. I get Ryu. I play him like in rank for the first time properly, and luckily I was able to get after my placement matches. I was able to get on first star platinum. So I had to go through all of that trouble, and I'm still halfway through for the first star platinum. So, it'll take me a while to get Ryu up there, but I've been having fun, having some good matches, and having and only like a few rage quitters, but only because I was too good for them. That being said, the only characters that I detest fighting every time I see them is has to be an Akuma player because you know that they're as soon as you get one they get one hit off of you, they start going into their bread and butter. And I can't tell you how many times I hate that heavy kick where Akuma does two kick attacks in a row, and I always forget that he's still active when he does that. So it's not like you block the first kick and then you can then counter that. No, he's still active, which means that if you try to do something after you block that first kick, that second kick will confirm and you will get hit and he will continue the combo. I keep having to forget myself that, and even when you block both of them, Jack, even when you block both of them, he's positive. Because then after you block both, you thinking, all right, that was a heavy attack, so he should be minus, and I can either jab or hit him back because he'll be in his because he'll be going back to his idle animation. Nope, he's plus, and he's plus, and he crouches, jab me into Shoryuken. I hate it.
See, that's just a skill issue. You should have known.
I should have known. Yes, I should have known.
Yeah, totally.
Ghetto, not here. This is a family show. See his comment. It's a family show. Say that for Virgo stream. He'll allow it.
This is a Christian channel.
This is a Christian channel. You're supposed to say I am respectively going deep on Elena. That's how you're supposed to say it. Respectfully, with respect.
Respectfully.
Oh, I think in my head. Funny enough, I have not tried. I have not tried my Shiranui yet. I have not. Mostly because when she finally came out for her DLC, she was that was when I was just taking my small break, and I'll try her out eventually, and Elena as well. But that pretty much is going. But you know what? I'll play her when I boot up Fatal Fury. That's when I'll play Mai. And then I'll never use her because based on the beta, I think I want to go with the Edgelord character, who I do love the fact I forget his name, but I do love the fact that his personality is just don't hate the rich. The rich are actually pretty cool though. I love the fact this Edgelord character is out here defending the rich, and and the fact that he's actually fun to play. I think he will be. I can't remember his name, but he'll be the one I'll try out. I may try out that DJ guy. He looks fun.
Yeah, just that DJ guy. That DJ guy.
It's an Italian name. I don't remember it. It's like Saguchi Dabaducci, something like that. Bibbidi Boppity. That's his name.
Bibbidi Boppity.
Yeah, DJ Bibbidi Bop. Bibbidi Boppity. No wait. I remember his first name is Salvatore. There you go. DJ Salvatore Ganucci or something like that. I think that's his name. I might try out for the laws. For the laws of it. Oh man. I'm trying to something else going through my mind. I'll take a step back. Jack, take over the mic. I'm gonna rest my voice a bit. I'm gonna drink this invisible water.
No. You know what? I'm just gonna stay silent.
All right. Everyone, time for the awkward pause. Nope. Nope. Jack chose it. We're doing the awkward pause starting now. All right, that's the end of the awkward pause. Thank you, Yoda. Jack, I just realized something. No mouth organ for you, Johnny. Now that you can prove you can play the mouth organ. If you can prove it, we'll let you play the mouth organ. But not tonight. Well, I'm going to miss, Jack. I'm going to miss.
What?
Being able to go to a store and buy a DVD and have it be the exact DVD that I need. Because Jack, I shouldn't have to go to Amazon just to buy a Nightmare on Elm Street, like a popular horror movie. I shouldn't have to do that. That's my first world issue tonight. I shouldn't have to go to Amazon or eBay just to buy a Nightmare on Elm Street in the middle of April. I should be able to go to the Walmart. I see the popular movie that I want. Nothing obscure, not some cult classic, a movie everyone knows. I should be able to buy it right then and there. Heck, I'll pay extra for the whole Elm Street collection. All 5, 6, 7, or 8 of them, whichever how many they were. But no, the world is not like that. The world is not like that. You gotta
see your problem is that you're trying to buy from Walmart, the same place that has a copy of the Overwatch Origin Edition still on display, all crusty and stuff, for people to buy for no reason. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I can go to that Walmart and be like, "Can I just have this?" Because this game doesn't exist anymore. You can't play it.
You can't. You just can't. It's impossible. Stop it.
So like, can I just take it with me?
That would be fun to do. That will even make a fun short if you can pull it off. You gotta put all your points into charisma, and convince the depressed Walmart employee to let you have the game for free.
I will even go as far as ask the manager.
No, wait, and before you leave, you have to buy a Skull Candy product.
They're so expensive and so garbage now. Back then, they used to be good.
That brand used to mean something, like Mad Cats. That was a brand you could trust. Speaking of brands you could trust, I need to, no, I'm kidding. No, I really just want to. I really do dislike that. So you're correct. My first mistake was going to Walmart to buy a DVD. But here's the problem, Jack. Aside from Target, which has an even less amount of options, the only other those as far as like main stores and Barnes and Noble, those are the only places that I know on top of my head that you can go to buy movies. Best Buy stopped doing it. GameStop stopped doing that years ago. There's always like secondhand stores, but you know, you're pretty much doing a gotcha there if your one thrift store or secondhand store will have the exact movie you need and in working condition. And if you go to Half Price Books, you know what? No, it goes to a new thing. I have a love-hate relationship with that place. I love it, but also hate it. I love the fact that there has so many old stuff that curates to my taste, but I hate the fact that I sold them a brand new vinyl record, brand new, hardly used, and they only gave me $3 for it. $3 for a George Harrison record that I end up accidentally getting twice. It's a long story, not worth getting into. But the point still stands. Jack, I got $3 for a brand new, fresh vinyl from a former Beatle. What has this world gone to? $3.
Gone to hell.
No worse. Because at least it's $3. And also I'm just kind of complaining now of things that don't matter. I kind of want to do that right now because also I gave my little brother the Wii sensor bar so that he could use it because I gifted him Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3 Rebel Strike, a Star Wars game I grew up with, and I hope he actually plays more. It is a great game, but god dang it, my god, that he is too. He is dang it. Him trying to buff out his muscles is a thing that's causing that's crowded. The point is point is my little brother's becoming more of a gym rat day by day, and I'm like, you know what? At least you're healthy, but man, he can't handle just playing the game. He still hasn't beaten Metal Gear Solid 4. He beat the original trilogy. He still hasn't beat 4 for Pete's sake. Sorry, I'm just mad.
I guess he can't count to 4.
No, he's like he's literally at the halfway point. He just haven't had the. No, he's not. He hasn't had the time to do it. It's more so he's just distracted with other things, and he's really in his gym era, bruh. That's what he wants to do, bruh. Bruh. All you bros in the. Let me hear your bro. Let me hear the bros in the chat. Who here would rather pump iron in the gym for 2 hours a day than play a video game? If that's not you, then get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. Get off.
This is the closest thing I got though, bro.
What?
What? Bruh.
Oh man, but no, I am proud. I am proud of him. He's making tremendous progress. He's Jack. The next time you see him, you'll realize how transformed he is from the last time you saw him. So as much as I'm joking, I am proud that he's taking better care of himself. But at what cost, Jack? At what cost?
Hey, at least he can eat more unhealthy foods.
That is
while still being healthy.
That is technically true. That's technically true. Granted, I think it's more so his teeth that will pay for it rather than his stomach. Well, the other time he wants to eat Takis.
Well, as long as he flosses, he'll be fine.
I doubt it. That kid spends more time on his hair than on his teeth.
Priorities. Priorities.
Get says I pump iron while thinking about all the bros and wife is a good say. Now that's proper motivation. That's what heroes do. That's what Dante would do.
Sometimes you gotta sit there and ask yourself, what would Dante do?
Chris says I floss every day like my hero. Damn it. Damn, I hate that I got that pun. I wonder what's he doing. I'm sure he's doing fine. He's probably just streaming like he always does.
Oh, Ninja is being so annoying playing Marvel Rivals and doing the most dumbest plays and God knows what. He gives me a brain aneurysm every time I see him play Punisher.
Well, the first thing he should have done is get his family killed first. Then he'll know how to play Punisher.
I swear to God, all the things I'm seeing, like I don't even watch his streams. All I see is clips on TikTok, and all I'm seeing is him ziplining to the enemy's back line, and then from there uses his ult, and then dies immediately, and then after he puts in like 0.2 seconds of him shooting something, he'll just be like, "Yeah, you see, I made them waste cooldowns. Yeah, I did a good job."
You see, I lost on purpose. Giants man had a $4 million contract with that other failed platform. He better be. What was it? Oh, what was it? Other streaming service that he had that contract for? That may or may.
Kick. Oh wait, no,
not Kick.
Mixify.
Who knows who? Who knows who cares?
I think it was called Mixify. Mixer.
That's the one.
I think that's what.
Then PewDiePie did the same thing too.
No. He doesn't stream really.
No, didn't he? Like years ago, didn't he had a exclusive streaming contract too? With some other streaming service?
Ghetto says Rumble. I don't know if that's it.
I don't like these names. I don't like these naming conventions. I barely
But
I barely like Twitch, Rumble, Mixer, Kick, SodaCam. It's all the same.
they're like here's the thing though. Here's the thing. The platform might have failed, but did he really fail? Did Ninja really fail when he gained 40 million?
No, also I messed up my joke. It's Cam Soda. Not Soda Cam. I messed up my joke.
Can
Get,
soda can.
give me the gun. I messed up the joke. I have the perfect joke and I messed it up. I messed it up. I blame it on Jami. On Jami?
On Johnny.
Yeah, not you, John. I blame it on Jami. He's my Indian intern.
I was gonna say it's Johnny's alter ego, Jami.
Yeah, he's my Jamie. I blame it on Jami.
John is whenever Johnny's ready to duel, he just channels Jami to help him in his duels.
Oh man.
Johnny.
I'm slurring my. I don't drink, but I'm slurring my words. I can't think straight. You know,
Knees weak. Or your arms are heavy.
No. This is what happens when you had to. This is what happens when HAC has to work earlier than usual. You get this. This is what you get on stream. Right?
Damn.
Yep. So this is why important just to do the bare minimum. So
as there vomit on the floor, mom's spaghetti.
I get the reference, Jack. I'm just laughing at like that's the like that in Rap God, the two Eminem songs you only know.
I'm not afraid.
And that one, the three Eminem songs you know.
I forgot the other one. There was one that I was like, I was really obsessed with. I forgot the name of it. I turned my head to the west. Da, 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 da. Turned my head to the east. Nobody inside.
No, I can only think of the clapback Eminem said to Will Smith, where he pretty much says, "I need to swear in my song, so fuck you and fuck your grandma."
And also, of course, you can't forget my name is what? My name is what?
Oh, that's right. That's the slim.
But that one's like a freebie because that's like literally.
It's right up. It's
a giant chunk of the lyrics.
It's right up there with Soulja Boy of all 2000s hip hop songs everyone knows.
Yeah.
No, we can't forget Venomize, Chris. We can't forget Venomize. You can't forget it. You can't forget it. I can. What was it? Because I don't even know how it goes.
I rather need an alter ego play for me than use Tier Levitt's Jackie Boy. Hey. It's not my fault. I like the color purples and blues and
sparkles.
Waifus, and they had all of them together.
He likes purples, he likes them blues, he liked them magenta. He likes
the magenta.
He likes them violet purples. He likes them velvets and velveteen. Gentleman knows the difference. Oh, by the way, King of the Hill most likely will come back this year.
That's what I'm waiting for.
That's what wait. Apparently, there's gonna be like maybe in May. There's gonna be like a proper, like showcase of like, okay, here's what all the characters look like, because it's gonna be King of the Hill Shippuden, so to speak.
Yeah.
King of the Hill is gonna be more like an anime with a time skip. King of the Hill Shippuden, King of the Hill 2. What's another King of the Hill Z? What's another anime that's a famous time skip? I can't think of one.
There's Shippuden Z.
King of the Hill. Double O. There you go. I hope it actually does not end up like the Boondocks revival, Johnny. I hope it does well. Um, most of the old talents coming back, and Mike Judge and Greg Daniels, who were the producers of the original show, their return as producers. And honestly, I would love to see how the King of the Hill characters have adapted to this new modern day. I think the only thing that I wish they just show already is just I want to see the new designs. Like the new design for Bobby was leaked, but that's all. We don't see what Hank looks like or Peggy. Um, Dude, we don't even know if Lou went. Oh crap! I just realized, Jack. I don't
Hmm.
think we're gonna see Luann or Lucky in this new show.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because both of their actors are already dead. So
What about Dale as well?
yep, he died 2 years ago, but he did finish recording his lines, so he'll be there. They just if the show continues on, they're gonna have to continue on without him. So we'll still see future arc Dale, future arc Nancy, future arc Joseph, future arc John Redcord.
Ugh,
Imagine if they set.
I still hate that man being so entitled.
You see, it was the migraines. Yeah.
Did you celebrate Thanksgiving? We did
Once.
once.
I wish I had his power of anytime I say something, the wind blows through my hair. That would be a neat power to have. Because it'll make everything I say important.
I got a friend that does that, and I ask him to do cringy things. Like I asked him once, "What's my spirit name?" And he even went ahead and put on the, I could put on the music. He even put on this.
Hiya, hiya,
Let me see
hiya,
where.
hiya.
No, where was it? Let me see.
Do the neutron dance.
Oh no, here it is. Here it is. He put this, and he's like, "The ancestors, they called to me. Your spirit name will
The
be
one who talks too much.
Tua."
Stupid. Stupid punchline. You shall be known as legless one. Why why am I called that? Because you have no legs. Oh,
I gave him another one he could try out for someone that will ask him that. I'm like, you should tell someone that their spirit name will be running brown water.
um, wait,
Man's like, I'm gonna keep that for later.
running brown. That's pretty good. Pretty good. You know what? I got Ghetto's spirit name. I got it. I got it. His spirit name would be Black Earth.
Nah, you gotta get. Actually, you can't
No.
be giving spirit names. You can give Mexican names.
Okay. Tierra de Negro. There you go.
Tierra de Negro. What?
That's how he should be known as. El Tierra de Negro. He is the Black Earth. You can also use that in Portuguese. Maybe. I don't know.
Yes, Chris. Yes, this is the time when the Hack Jack Joe finally shuts down.
I can say it. It's part of the language. It's part of the language. It's our culture.
It's our culture.
How else are we supposed to say it?
You gotta add them whitewashed Latin X speak to it.
Okay, I got it. Etiera Negrix.
That sounds even
No,
worse.
it's it's Negrx. There you go.
That still sounds
No,
worse.
no. That's the it's the PC term. Oh, my Negrix in the house.
Johnny, help. Johnny, help. Johnny.
Nah, he can't help. He's not truly Negrix. He's like half Negrix. Maybe a quarter. Who knows? He doesn't even know. No, wait, he's got the one drop roll. Okay.
He's going in his
No,
villain arc. Actually, have you ever had a villain arc?
No, but
I meant like this whole like the lifetime of the Hack Jack.
No, I
know
haven't done.
we made fun that I had one.
No, I never had my heel turn. I haven't needed to. Mostly because I can't. Most because I wouldn't know what to do a heel turn for. I don't know. Should I give Chris the chair? Is that what I need to do to start my villain arc? Give him the chair.
We need to buy a wrestling game and then like have we create a character. You and I, see, here's what we can do. We can create two characters. It'll be you and me.
Right.
And then from there,
we do our storyline.
Will be announcers to the actual things that are happening.
Okay. Can I make one request?
Yes.
Once I turn heel, I want to be known as the Caw.
The Caw?
Yeah, CAH.
Oh,
there you go. The Caw. I would feel like just like it's a bird. Or like a raven or some evil looking bird. And he's cawing his way to the ring.
I wish you can do like weird intros where like you can have HAC come in and then as soon as he leaves, like he'll quickly leave and then for some weird reason Caw comes in.
That would be amazing. Man, it's weird how HAC and Caw are never in the same room at once. Chris says the evil tag team of Kaj and Caw.
Is that our Waluigi? Like our Waz?
Yeah, we're the Kaz. We're the Ox. And their doppelgangers, our evil twins, are the Kaz. The war between the Ox and the Kaz. It'll be a beautiful storyline, the best storyline ever written. Even Johnny would pay money for it, and he's broke.
Yeah, they can name the Oct duo as the Octuas.
No, that joke is dead and buried. You know, I'm inspired because right, you can't see me, folks, but I'm looking straight at my Randy Savage figure, toy. He's not really a toy. You just kind of look at it. That was gifted to me from a dear friend years ago, and I see inspiration as I look into his plastic eyes. Yes, Randy Savage. Yes. All right, here's what we do. All right, we go on stream. we get some of that good boom boom sugar. Catch my drift. And then we write our storyline, and then after we withdraw from the boom boom sugar, that's when we'll buy WW 2K, whatever the current one is. We'll make our Ox and the Cause, and boom, there we go. Then that will be our storyline, and
it'll be beautiful.
Wait, should we include Alex and Millie into this? They could be the women's wrestling, or should they be just the ring girls?
Yeah, let's go ahead and add them. That'll be fun.
How can we exploit them?
But who are they gonna fight?
Well, first there's gonna be a triple threat match with Lori. That's all. Canada says we need the HJ Wrestling Federation. That would be good. Unfortunately, our cast of characters is too limited. We might have to borrow some. We gotta borrow Dr. Crow's character. Well, his character. See if he wants to turn to wrestling fodder. Who else? Who else? Um. Maybe one of you want to be personified into wrestling people. Gallus' brother, come on, they gotta go against Saren. Tag team match: Alex and Millie versus Lori and Miss Saren. There you go. It's a tag team match.
There you go, Johnny. There you go. You can tell Miss Saren all about
Tell
it.
her, spread the word. Tell her she's gotta start pumping iron. She's about to wrestle a bird and two twins.
You know, this just reminds me of the whole downward spiral we had whenever we decided to make Dragon Ball Z, but with presidents.
Oh yeah, our U.S. election Z. But yeah, but this is more timely. Although our Dragon Ball one is also still timely because Trump is president again. So evergreen, forever evergreen.
You know, it's disturbing how we talked about that, like the presidents in like a Z format, and then years later, I see a TikTok of that exact thing happening, and then all of a sudden, I just hear Biden blast.
That's not like a Street Fighter move. Biden blast. Biden blast. And Trump with, I don't know, either the wall or you're fired. One of those two.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
That's his fire. That's his literal fireball. You're fired.
And then we have Barack Obama going, let me be clear.
And he turns invisible. He's a rush down who could turn invisible. That's what he does.
Trump says Psycho Crusher.
I get tremendous psycho power. I have lots of it, more than China. I have more psycho power than China.
I forgot Trump was in WWE for like a split second,
and that was enough for him to be a Hall of Famer. Same thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like they're dug into the Hall of Fame for just being popular guests, special guests. But as we could do this rest of the thing, and you know what? If Johnny said that Miss Sarah, what was he said? There's more violence in You Were a Puppy than in Miss Saren, then you know what? Miss Saren could be the Miss Elizabeth. There you go. She could be the Miss Elizabeth of the group, where she's like, no, don't wrestle, no. And we're like, aha! We'll use you as a plot device, and that will be your greatest contribution. She'll just be a glorified damsel in distress that the girls have to say time and time and again. But that could be fun. But the only thing I say is, one of us has a good wrestling game. That's kind of hard to do, as in find a good wrestling game. Make Miss Sarah the toughest wrestler. That, you know what? That's that's poetic and that's beautiful. The kindness of people, but the most insane stats ever. True final boss.
The only problem is that I only know because of certain other things, but apparently with modern wrestling games, you cannot pit men versus female.
Don't worry. Who wants to see that? No one wants to see that. That's ridiculous.
And funny enough, one of the others in the Bonely Friends that were trying to modify the game to make sure, like, to let it happen, and they of course did manage to make it let the two characters be assigned in the same ring. But as soon as a guy punched a woman, it was automatic disqualification.
Oh wow, they thought that far ahead. So
And then
oh my
when he
gosh.
took that little thing off, we were all wondering, wow, why is this person really why is this female wrestler really kicking ass? Why? It makes no sense. Wow, did you set the stats really high? No. Apparently there is no code for the male wrestlers to fight female wrestlers. So when they're all in the ring, they just ignore female wrestlers. Like literally the female wrestler can be punching the crap out of them and they'll just take it. The only time they will ever fight back is if they do an accidental reversal. But then as soon as they finish the reversal, they do nothing.
Oh my gosh, they added kayfabe into the programming. They programmed the kayfabe. It's like, no, you will not lay hands on her. No way, no how. Chris says, Saren being the toughest wrestler would just be the end of MK9 where Cindo can every fighter in the single C. Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Yes, and then we have to reboot the HAC Federation just to defeat her. Let's do a full-on reboot. Oh,
Just like in that reboot, we just suddenly appear and we just go, I'm a woman now.
It's like we all been turned to women so we can defeat you, Saren.
I am now Jacqueline.
And I am now. I look at my name. Why am I still HAC? It's like it's a gender neutral name. God damn it! I wanted something cute. Oh, you know what? We'll if we're committed to this, that is something we can explore in the future. It's always fun to do kind of these fun, silly wrestling thing, and if it's something you guys would love to see, and if you're loud and annoying about it, we'll definitely do it. If you're loud and annoying about it, you gotta demand it. You gotta demand it. Oh man, what's the time? What time is it? What time is it? Oh dear lord!
It is 8.
8 what? 8 what?
I'm sure flies whenever you talk about wrestling. Oh, 8:12.
8:12 what? AM, PM, CST, EST, EAT, GMT, GMC, Ford Mustang, GT.
GT, Galactic.
Got it. All right. I think it's time to be. I think it's time. Surrender. God dang it. Surrender. Stars all of us, even with the Millie Duke. The Millie Duke. Oh my god. Why did you turn Millie into a Kami Dugo? Damn it, if I had extra money, Johnny, I would so convince you to like draw Miss Saren as Surrendell. MK9 version, not MK1 or MK11. MK9 Surrendell. I'm sure she would appreciate it. Ghetto says the kaiju rules have to be your NWO. That NWO. But what does the O stand for? What do they have? No wait, I figured it out. I figured out the name. I can't say it on stream, but I figured it out. And it's amazing. All right. We gotta write this stuff down. Write it down, Patrick. Write it down.
Write it down.
All right. Let's start at closing this episode on a high note. I'll go through the announcements first because I don't have too much to announce. As far as my announcements, again, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my solo channel, the only hack, so you can catch, so that you'll be able to catch on my more solo videos on just whatever random topics that I want to discuss about or share that 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 don't really fit into my more tightly edited and scripted stuff here on the main show. And plus, and plus, once if I can get things going, I would like to do my solo streams on that channel. And if I do, of course, I will announce and I will, share as much as I can. But if I do get that working, that's where I will be playing Fiddles of the new Fiddle Fury, streaming it. If I can't do that, then for this week, you can expect Fiddle Fury to be streamed here on the JAC Show. Just for today, just for fun. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you sharing the link to my channel. Appreciate it. And the only thing come up on the solo channel is that I will have my final thoughts on the Daredevil show and my overall feelings and opinions on the very first season. So that's something to look forward to. And of course, Spider Blood will be the next main big project, which I've already am preparing for, and that's about it. I'm getting prepared to do that, and kind of remembering how I used to do all the Spider Blood stuff. It's been a while since I did the last one, so that will be something that I'll be working as what I'll be working on as far as long-term project. That's all for all my announcements. Jack, what do you have to announce?
For mine it's gonna be even shorter. No streams for this entire week. I will be working on finishing up some things for college. Hopefully everything goes well. But yeah, that's about it.
Thank you very much, Jack. Pretty like this week, but hey, that is life. But don't worry, we'll have fun things for y'all in the very near future. Until then, thank you very much for watching episode 210 of the JAC Show. Oh, good lord! And let's also, if you're the praying type, give Jack your prayers so that he can finally graduate college and he can move on from school and let this man actually move on to the next chapter in his life. If you're, yeah, he's I feel like I've known him longer in college than I ever have in high school at this point.
Yep.
All right.
It doesn't help.
Thank you very much for watching, and this is Hack and Jack. Sign out.
Good night, everyone.